What's going on, guys? Kyle with Finance Bro here, and Palantir is just, I don't even know what to say about the stock anymore. It just continues to disappoint shareholders time and time again. We keep seeing red days, we keep seeing a continued downward push, and to be perfectly honest, I am getting a little bit impatient with Palantir. Yes, I know the fundamentals of this company are still solid. I know they're still growing rapidly and constantly obtaining new contracts with new government agencies and just different firms and all these different businesses all together. And I know Foundry is groundbreaking and I've heard it all before, but man, it is getting hard to be an investor in Palantir. I found this article that I think is a little bit interesting that provides some more insight into Palantir as a company. As well, I'm going to talk a little bit about their demo day that they just recently had. So other than that, guys, let's get into it. Before we get in this video though, I just want to ask you guys to please hit the like and subscribe button as it helps the channel out immensely. Make sure to hit the notification bell so you never miss a new video like this. Also, check out our WeBull link if you guys want to pick up some free stocks, plus our BlockFi link if you guys want to pick up some free cryptocurrency. You guys can also check out our channel membership and our course program link down below. But other than that, guys, let's get right into this video. Alrighty, everybody, let's take a look at Palantir here. We're going to take a look at the article that I found and a little bit about the stock price. So if we look at the one-day chart, let's go real quick to that. We see Palantir is down 2.98% today. Today is April 16th of Friday, 2021. Palantir is currently trading around $22.46 a share. And as you can see, all day, it has just been pushing lower and lower and lower. And overall, just not very good, very disappointing. If we look at the 5-day chart, as you can see here, this was up to their double-click event that they just recently had. This was kind of the hype and speculation leading up to that event. We got all the way to about a high of $25.50. And then once it was April 14th, the actual day that the double-click event was happening, as you can see here, it kind of was one of those buy the rumor, sell the news type events where it just kind of plummeted, unfortunately. So that's kind of where Palantir is sitting at the moment. At the moment, it's down heavy from its previous highs, which was like 39, almost 40 bucks a share. A little bit disappointing. I mean, overall, it's up 136% on the year, so not bad if you got in really early, but for the most part, a lot of people are getting in at these levels. So Palantir, let's talk about it. So in this investor article, or this investor place article that I think is kind of interesting, it says, hold off on Palantir stock until enthusiasm returns. Since last November, it's been investors' perception that rather than fundamentals driving the price action in Palantir, trying to value this big data company shares using traditional valuation methods has thus far been a fool's errand. This is interesting. So Palantir, for the most part, is a data science company, right? And for the most part, this is a company that's been around for a very long time. It's been around before, you know, it going public just this past year is actually way later in its life cycle. Palantir has been doing stuff for quite some time. And what really is disappointing, it seems, a lot of investors is the fact that Palantir's fundamentals, they make sense. And they actually have a lot of good attributes and factors to them, right? Foundry is just an incredibly advanced and interesting software. It's pushing the bounds of what data science and analytics can really do, not just in, you know, the space of trying to understand data and derive conclusions from data, but also in business, in making things faster, more efficient, and more effective. But it just sucks because the Palantir stock price does not really reflect this. Palantir stock price has been basically floating between the 30 and 20 level for, well, a couple months now, almost 4 or 5 months now. We did see that nice, obviously, like I showed in the chart before, that nice run to 40, but again, it just kind of dropped right back off after that. So this is a little unfortunate. Mostly what this article talks about is the fact that Palantir just doesn't have a lot of hype around it right now. There's a lot of, well, the thing is, there's not a lot of shorts, but there's a lot of people who just aren't really hyped about the company as they used to be. Palantir, when it first IPO'd, and for about the first 6 to 7 or 8 months that Palantir was alive, they were doing very well. They, for the most part, a lot of people were really excited about this company. And a lot of people were really confident in it being a value play and it being a great play to get in early, and eventually it would go big and people would make a lot of money, right? But unfortunately, that's not really the case here. Palantir has continued to dip down lower and lower. It's a double-click event that it recently had that a lot of investors were really holding out on, thinking that this was going to be a big deal and hopefully bump the stock price up. Did not do that. It did not do that whatsoever. Palantir actually, pretty much like I said before, was a buy the rumor, sell the news type of event where it runs up all week and then sells off right then. And it's unfortunate because it seems that most of the catalysts that affect Palantir's stock price act in this way. There's never really been a day where Palantir has, actually had a event on the day of where it has increased its stock price tremendously, unfortunately. There's been a few occasions, of course, but for the most part, it seems that this is very much a buy the rumor, sell the news type stock. And mostly what this article is talking about, I want to get back to this article, obviously I don't want to continue to rant there for a little bit. So the bottom line, stay away unless it dips further. Believe in Palantir's qualitative strengths, its connections and proprietary technology may be enough to hold the stock steady at today's price levels, yet lacking its previously high levels of investor enthusiasm, it may be a while before shares make a material move higher. If shares fall further from here, say to $15 or $10, then give Palantir a second look. However, at today's prices, Palantir stock is not that appealing. So basically, Investor Place, this article is not very bullish on Palantir for now. They like the fundamentals, but they think that just because of the lack of hype in this company, there's not really seemingly a lot of reason to be in it right now. That's of course their opinion. But for the most part, I don't know if I agree with that. I like looking at Palantir at this level. In my mind, Palantir has sold off a heavy amount since its previous highs and since its previous run-ups. And I like shopping when there are red days. And for me, Palantir has had quite a few red days. So, this may be a stock that I might pick up a few shares on if it continues to dip, or if it continues to hover around this $21 to $22 price level. I think it might be worth sitting there at. And it's just unfortunate that this is where Palantir is at, where it's no longer this value play that a lot of people are really considering holding. Of course, I'm not discounting any of the investors who are still heavily invested into this stock and holding pretty much until the long-term future, until it really pops off. You guys are the real MVPs. You guys are the ones who really see the value in this company. And I see the value too. It's just that I haven't been in the stock. Also, my trading thesis and psychological understanding of trading has changed, or investing, I guess I should say, has changed quite a bit in the recent times. So I'm not really the investor I used to be, which was more of a trader. I used to really kind of just day or swing trade things and thinking that was the best way to make money. But honestly, long-term investing is a little bit more attractive to me now. But that's irrelevant. The whole point here is that they're not very bullish on Palantir for now until the enthusiasm returns. Let's take a look at the overall stock price. Let's go to the sticks. As you can see here, here's the Palantir. This is the 1 day, 1 minute chart. Like we talked about before, just continues to push downward more as the day goes on. Market close here in about 30 to 40 minutes at most. Let's take a look here at the 180-day chart to get some more reference. As you can see here, Palantir's been kind of all over the place. Lots of volatility, huge rundowns after run-ups. I hope that after this run-up we saw to the double-click event, we don't see a continuation of this pattern, because that would suck. The RSI is sitting around 35. It is really close to being confirmed oversold. 30 is obviously the line, and 35 is very close. So that's interesting. Blue line in the MACD well below the brown line on the 180 day. So, if you're looking for maybe a deal, maybe, if these indicators are something that you hold in high regard, if you're more of a trader, then maybe, but that of course is not financial advice. That's how I would trade it myself. If we look here at the, this is the 1 year, 1 day chart. As you can see here, this is just kind of the overall movement we've seen in Palantir over the span of about a year. Low volume here, kind of not really much hype around the stock. Then volume starts to really pour in. Palantir pushes up, and then it gets here, kind of stagnates for a bit, kind of floats in between this level. Another push up, push down, push down, push down, and we're all the way back to, honestly, Palantir was sitting around $23 in its original run-up when the stock first really started getting a lot of hype going. We're sitting at that level once again, which is a little nerve-wracking, nerve-wracking for people who are long on this stock, But at the same time, if you're long on this stock, I'm assuming that you believe in the company fundamentally, and you're not a trader, so you're not, trying to, move with the waves of the market necessarily. You're trying to move with the value of the company, which ideally you're expecting it to go up long term. So let's do a quick recap just of what I think about this company. This is just a little bit about obviously the stock charts and everything, but overall, I am bullish on Palantir. I like Palantir as a company. I think that there's a lot of potential in its fundamentals, and there's a lot of great things that they've already released and proven themselves in the market. I think the big problem, and it seems that most investors agree, that Palantir is not a shareholder related company. This is a company that is not trying to kind of pander to its shareholders, which is unfortunate. Obviously, if you're a shareholder and you want your price to increase so you can make some money on it, obviously that's a little disappointing. But it makes sense because they're putting a lot more effort, time, and I would say resources into the actual fundamentals of the business and building up a solid business that isn't so much about just, pandering towards shareholders and trying to increase the stock price, but rather creating a valuable company that will be here for the foreseeable future, if not as long as it possibly can, and I would much rather see that in a company than something that would just pander to its shareholders. So that's pretty much the reason why Palantir has been dipping so low. Just a lot of unfortunate lack of enthusiasm and disappointment in the stock. Let me know, of course, in the comments what you guys think about the stock, your own thesis about the company. And other than that, guys, that's all we have with Palantir. But other than that, guys, that's pretty much it for Palantir. I know for a lot of people, it seems that patience is really going to win out here. A lot of people are being very impatient with Palantir and its overall share price. A lot of people are really betting on this company and have shares really early on. But for the most part, a lot of investors want to see this company succeed. I do too. I still believe in the fundamentals of this company and I still like Palantir overall, but I think it's going to take a little bit more time until they can really get things right. It's hard because they're not really catering towards shareholders and they're catering more towards the actual fundamentals of the business, which is of course a good thing, but it's not going to be a very flashy stock price for the meantime. But other than that, guys, that is pretty much it. That's all we have for you guys today. Make sure to hit the like button and subscribe button so you never miss a new video like this. Check out our WeBull link if you guys want to pick up some free stocks and be a part of our amazing brokerage that we ourselves use. Also check out our BlockFi link if you guys want to pick up some free cryptocurrency. Check out our course program if you guys want to get some value there, our channel membership as well. And other than that, guys, that's all we have for you guys today. I'm Kyle, Finance Bro. Take it easy.